What's up, everybody? Here it is. Here's the review. Matrix Resurrections, Part 4 of the franchise, directed by Lana Wachowski. What's up, everybody? Thank you for joining me here on this review. If you're brand new to the channel, please subscribe. That's why you're here, right? You're here to subscribe and hit that notification button to get more reviews, reactions, everything that we got going on in this channel. We just did a full rewatch of the Matrix series, and you can see that on this channel, but it was so important to me. I think it was very relevant to watch those previous movies and going into this one, because there's a lot going on in this movie. And when I say this movie is meta, it is very meta. You're either going to enjoy that or you're not going to enjoy that. I didn't know if I liked it at first. I wasn't sure. I'll tell you right this too, just not to pull any punches. This movie to me was, I was looking forward to this movie towards the last couple of weeks more so than Spider-Man. And I wanted to love this movie. I don't love this movie. I like this movie. I enjoyed watching this movie. I enjoyed being back in this world. I don't, by any means, when there was the concern that I think a lot of people had when going into this movie, oh no, they're going to just make another one and say, why did you do that? No, I didn't feel that way at all. They take some big swings in this movie in order to explain and for us to understand how we got back into this world after the events of the third film. So how does it work? Do they explain that well enough? Yeah. Is it as clever as like the first movie, and is it as on the edge of your seat as the first movie? No. Is that always going to be hard to chase and lock down? Is it even possible? I don't think so. And do they even kind of play at that a little bit? Yeah, they might. And that's the thing with this review. I can't go too deep into it because I don't want to spoil anything for you. I'm going to do some spoilers probably tomorrow or the next day, a full-on spoiler review. I'll be able to talk a lot freer about this movie because I just don't want to give you any plot details at all because it'll ruin it for you. I don't want to do that. What I can tell you is that there's certain things that I really enjoyed about it. There's other, I don't know how deep and rich a lot of the characters are. I thought it was a creative way, again, meta way to get us into the spot of like, oh, that's how that person fits in there. That's how that character fits in there. Oh, that's a nostalgia thing that I remember. I dig that stuff. I don't ever say, oh, they just play on nostalgia to play on nostalgia. I feel like sometimes people do that, but I also feel like it's a kind of a cliche thing to just kind of rag on it now, right? People like nostalgia, so it's nostalgic. Hey, but the thing is, it also has to make sense inside of the actual story itself, and I feel that it did. Keanu Reeves is great. The second Keanu Reeves starts popping on the screen, you're into it. The setup in the very beginning, I was like, okay, wait, who's this? What's that? I mean, I do really like this new character of Bugs, played by Jessica Henwick, and she takes us into the story. That's what I can say. She takes us into the story, and at first when you think, okay, I might be confused, very similar to the first movie, that you don't know right away, wait, what are they trying to do here? Oh, that's how we're getting into the world now. And I dug that. I thought that was a good kind of creative way to do it. There were some things that I said, there was some of the filming that they were necessarily on the train, I think it was one of them. It didn't seem as, I don't know, it wasn't great. It wasn't great. Kind of took me out. It looked a little digital, if that makes sense. But then there's other stuff that just blows your mind, and just the way that I think Lana Wachowski shoots certain scenes are beautiful, and the action. A Matrix movie, so you're going to get some really great action, and I think that people will say, is it better than the second and the third? I do think it is better than the second and third. I think that it's pretty engaging, but it does repeat a few beats that you've seen before. The real world stuff is pretty. It's good. I still don't understand it because with some of the events that happen at the end of the third movie, they try to explain. They don't ignore anything. Because every question that you're going to ask, you go, well, wait a minute, what about this? Because this particular thing happened. How are they going to explain that? They explain it. Whether you like it or not, that's another. You leave that up to you. But questions that you have about the movies in the past, what they don't do is ignore it. And that's a lot of problems that I have with a lot of these movies. They go, oh, well, they set that up and now that's just gone. They explain everything. It's just a matter of whether or not you're going to like it or not. Trinity's in the movie. Neo's in the movie. You see that in the trailer. The question is, depending on how they are used and how they are maneuvered into the story, again, I leave that up to you. I liked a lot of the setup. It's so hard for me to explain this entire movie because I want to talk so much to you guys about it, but I can't because I really don't want to ruin it. So I think the best way to review it is, was I engaged throughout? Yes, I was. Did I love all the character choices and all the story choices? No. Did I like a lot of them? I did. I think that to me, I accepted the fact that this is a fun action science fiction film. It's not as clever as maybe I wanted it to be or hoped it would be. There's a lot of stuff inside of the Matrix that I think they still play inside of the Matrix, but the Matrix to me was this scary kind of curious place in the first one, and I don't really think it's more of the Matrix that we saw, I think, in the second movie, but there's more to this one. Again, it's there's a lot out of these 4 movies, though. I think that what it does do, it makes the second and third one a little bit more interesting, plays into it. Would I want to see another one? I don't know. I don't necessarily know if you need to, but it's one of those things that I think that very similar to other movies, whether it's Terminator or Die Hard, and this is not in the same vein of those, but I'll still go see those movies. I'll continue to see them, hoping that they're going to get better and better. This is a good movie. It's a confusing review. I know it is. It's just there's so I want to sit down with you like Morpheus sits down with Neo and to tell you everything that are really kind of the questions that I had diving into it, how they interweave certain characters and that, but I don't want to ruin that for you. So when you watch it, whether you watch it HBO Max or on the screen, again, leave that up to you. Cinematography, wonderful. Music is a different blend. It's still good, but it doesn't. They use some of the classic Matrix theme, but it's not. I don't think it's. I would have liked to see more of it. So overall, what did I score this movie? I'm going to go 3.4 out of 5 schmoes, if that tells you anything. Could it get better on a second watch? It very well could. I mean, hell, the third movie just recently got a lot better for me on a second or third watch. So I want to watch it again. I want to see it again. Carrie Ann Moss, how is she in the movie? Great. She's not in it as much as you may think, if that tells you anything. But again, I don't want to go too much into it. Keanu Reeves, he's fantastic. Is there a lot of John Wick in there? Yeah, I think that considering that's what he's doing right now, you're going to get a lot of that. You'll also my eyes are so bad, guys. Yala Abdul Mateen, also who plays Morpheus. How does that all play? You got to see it. He's great, though. He's great. He's really good. There's new ways. You know what I liked also was the way they interweave certain things, too, like the new technologies. But that's all I can say. That's all I can say about this movie. But everybody should see it, and you should check it out and come to this decision on your own. And I want to know what you think. So go ahead. Leave a comment here. I'm going to respond to everybody. And definitely come back for the spoiler review because we'll be talking that for sure. And if you're brand new to this channel, once again, everybody, please subscribe to the channel. Do that. Hit that notification button. Let's talk some more. But again, final thoughts on this movie. I think it's a good sequel. It's a good fourth movie. They do explain a lot. There's some things that I liked. There are some things that I thought were just okay. Wanted to love it and wound up really liking it. I wound up liking it. But I do want to see it again. So, stand out of the movie, Keanu Reeves. Keanu Reeves is the standout. He's the one that they give the most to do, I think, throughout it. There's other characters that do, and Bugsy is good too. But I think that for the most part, it's Keanu Reeves' movie again. That's it, everybody. So check it out. Let me know what you think. Thanks for joining me. Peace.